Good night and welcome to Benalmádena's first English news broadcast. Digital Costa del Sol brings you every Friday all the information about this week's news. The Ice Club is preparing to reopen its doors after the awarding of the space new tender, which will soon return to delight the citizens who want to slide through its facilities. The Mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, and Sports Councilman Joaquín Villazón visited on Wednesday the facilities of Benalmádena's Ice Club to meet with the new management, PBD Sports, and check the development of the improvement and refurbishment works ahead of its reopening on June 1st. I'm proud that it will be run by a group of entrepreneurs from Benalmádena with extensive preparation and training in the field. Today we present this new space in addition to visiting its facilities to see firsthand the remodeling changes and improvements that will occur in this sports center in view of its reopening next June 1st. From May 16, users can already make the registration to sign up for the various sport activities that Palacio de los Deportes will offer: gym, spinning, Zumba, swimming pool, and ice club. Navas highlighted the new concept designed for the space. It is a moment of great joy. A company from the municipality will now be in charge of its management. The facilities will return to a normal and viable operation, and all former workers will be subrogated and will be able to continue their activity. It is also important the new concept that the management brings. If previously it was a mere gym where people went to do sports, now it will have a new style, also close to a social club, where the users can perform any type of sporting activity, also enjoying good gastronomy and a more familiar offer. With this change, we all win: the residents of Benalmádena, the City Council, and a group of young entrepreneurs who are committed to their city to generate employment and wealth. Villazón thanked the new management for the effort made to reopen the space. I want to thank the new managers of the space for having started this journey and the effort they're making. Part of the fee will be used to improve the facilities. For this government team, it was also essential the subrogation of all workers, an aspect that the managers have faced without any inconvenience, because they are neighbors of the municipality with great experience and preparation. PBD Sports was represented by its board of directors, with the presence of Antonio Aranda, Marcos Aibar, and José Enrique. Aranda invited everyone to visit them on the 1st of June. For those neighbors who had a voucher in force at the time of closure of the Ice Club in December 2020, with some monthly payment paid with the previous management, there will be some difference, because we are sensitive to the situation they live through. We want to send a message of tranquility and hope to the citizens. We invite them to visit the facilities from June 1st. Aibar highlighted their enthusiasm with the new project. A new stage with great enthusiasm, but with enormous responsibility. We are a group of trained and qualified professionals with a great experience within the sector, and we want to put the Municipal Ice Club where it deserves, as an emblematic facility of Benalmádena and as a reference within the province of Málaga. More than 100 hours of directed activities in the fitness room, swimming school for all ages, and from October 1st we will begin a new stage in the ice rink. Enrique explained that they are going to renovate all the facilities. We are going to renovate practically all the facilities, both the gym and the various rooms, in addition to install the latest generation of machines, and to set up a new indoor and outdoor functional area of about 700 square meters to offer CrossFit and functional training classes in order to become one of the most powerful sports facilities at the provincial level. The Mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, valued an operation organized last week to prevent illegal street vending in the municipality, which resulted in 6 people arrested and more than 1,000 products seized.
Agents from the local police of Benalmádena and the National Police conducted last week an operative to control illegal street vending in areas of high tourist and commercial activity. The action resulted in 6 arrests and the seizure of nearly 1,000 products for illegal street vending. The operative began during the late evening after a previous and joint planning between local and national police during the day, and was developed in the 3 points of the municipality in which a greater presence of street vendors was detected: Fuente de la Salud Beach, Paseo de las Estrellas, and the promenade Virgen del Carmen. The Mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, highlighted the importance of these interventions. With this action, we wanted to send a clear message to sellers while safeguarding the interest of small and medium-sized traders in the municipality. We will be vigilant and repeat these surveillance and control operations until we manage to stop an activity that directly harms the interest of our business fabric, in addition to hindering the transit of visitors and harming our tourist image. It will not be the only operation of these characteristics that we will develop. We will establish them periodically to prevent illegal street vending occupy the places where local commerce is settled. He also thanked the security forces for their good work and dedication. We want to show the absolute support of the government team to the local and national police officers and thank them for their work, in which they have once again demonstrated their excellence and vocation for public service. A total of 35 agents from both bodies participated in the operation, for whose planning was used the drone unit of the local police, which conducted a thorough monitoring of the vendors' activity during the previous days. The meticulous planning of the operation ensured that it could be carried out without mishaps or incidents, preventing the sellers from escaping, which could have caused panic among the large number of tourists in the area. Among the nearly 1,000 products seized, the agents found sport shoes, handbags, sunglasses, and sport shirts.
The work of Kudeka is well known in our town, and for its development it is vital to organize events that allow them to raise funds. After 2 years of pandemic, last week they announced the return of their traditional Workathon to the streets.
The promenade of the Sunset Beach Hotel hosted last week the presentation for the new edition of Kudeka's Workathon, which returns on Saturday, May 28, after a long break due to the pandemic. The presentation was attended by the mayor of Benalmádena, Victor Navas, the assistant manager and financial director of Kudeka, Rafael Olaya, and the director of the Sunset Beach Hotel, Miguel Marcos. The return of Workathon means that everything is slowly getting back to normal after the pandemic, and that for Kudeka is impressive. We are aiming to bring back around 2,000 people to the next Workathon, which is an essential resource to raise the funds Kudeka needs to continue its activity. The Workathon returns on our 30th anniversary with surprises such as a holy color party at 1:15, Solidarity Paella, and a concert by the group iPop that will take place at 4. We encourage everyone to come and participate. Navas highlight the changes for this year edition and thank Sunset Beach for their collaboration with this event. The Workathon is a physical activity which takes place in the incomparable setting of Benalmádena's coastline and is also a resource to help Kudeka in its noble cause of helping cancer patients in the last stage of the terrible disease. I am convinced that the people of Benalmádena will turn to participate, as happened in previous editions, in an event that has the support of the City Council, the many volunteers of Kudeka, and many entities that will participate altruistically to make it a Workathon of record. This edition will have some significant changes, such as the change of the day of the celebration, which will be moved to a Saturday instead of Sunday, as in previous editions. We thank Kudeka, the Sunset Beach Hotel, and all the people and entities involved in this long-awaited return of Workathon. Marcos emphasized that Sunset Beach Hotel is delighted to collaborate with Kudeka and its Workathon for another year. From Sunset Beach Hotel, we are delighted to collaborate with Fundación Kudeka, supporting them as always in everything we can. The Kudeka Foundation returns to the streets with this event after 2 years celebrating this work online. The event aims to raise funds to care for and accompany people with cancer and other advanced disease, as well as to offer support to their families completely free of charge. It will have 2 routes, one of 10 kilometers starting at 10:30 a.m. and one of 5 kilometers starting at 11:30 a.m.
Costa del Sol tourism sector start recovering after a really good Easter season, with the presidents of different business associations highlighting the positive data. Meanwhile, our beaches keep losing sand every year, a problem that requires effective solutions. The tourism sector on the Costa del Sol is looking forward to a great summer after an Easter period that exceeded all expectations. Although the figures were still lower than in 2019, there is a feeling that the worst is now over. The president of the Beach Business Association in the province, Manuel Villafaina, said turnover at the Chiringuito bar restaurants at the weekend was as high as it was 3 years ago. He believes 2022 will be the year of recovery for his sector and that it will be consolidated in 2023. Hotel in the province reported an average occupancy rate of 83%, thanks to the last-minute bookings. Some were even completely full on Thursday and Friday. The positive data of Easter week and the return of international tourism are expected to mean that the hotels on Costa del Sol will see the highest occupancy rate since the pandemic began this month, with figures close to those of 2019. The industry believes that this will be the month in which things return to normal after 2 years of crisis and the prelude to a very good summer season. José Luque, the president of AECOS, agrees that business is starting to pick up again, but also points out that profits will be lower than they could have been due to energy costs and the price of raw materials. The data also shows that so far this month, 58% of hotel bookings have been from foreign tourists, compared with 41% of travelers from elsewhere in Spain. Even during Easter week, visitors from abroad predominated. The tourism sector has always treated Easter as an indicator of what summer will be like. Despite the uncertainty, hotel owners believe this will be a very good season, and Lucas says he hopes occupancy levels will continue to rise in the months to come, and costs will be regulated so the sector can finally enjoy a good peak season. Meanwhile, the loss of sand is a serious risk for half of the beaches in the province, while another 40% are at moderate risk and 5% are at slight risk, according to a report on the strategy for the protection of Malaga coast. The report, which can be seen on the website of the Ministry for Ecological Transition, says coastal erosion is one of the biggest challenges facing Malaga because its beaches are a major tourist attraction. The coastline is receding in Malaga, like most of the Spanish coast, although that doesn't mean it is going to disappear tomorrow. However, it is losing sand, said Ángel Muñoz Cubilla of the Ministry's Coast and Sea Protection Department. The Secretary of State stressed the need for stabilization works to be well planned, because in the past actions taken in certain places have caused problems elsewhere on the coast. The projects have to be planned in their entirety, not in isolation, he said. The most urgent works to deal with the damages from the recent storms will start next week and will cost 2.1 million euros. This aims to have the beaches in tip-top condition for the summer season. There will also be consolidation or structural restoration works in 7 places, including Marbella, San Pedro Alcántara, Benalmádena, Los Baños del Carmen, the seafront in Rincón de la Victoria, and Los Cordobeses Beach in Mijas. Hugo Morán also warned that due to climate change, sea levels are rising, and this means that defense mechanisms need to be put into operation. He said construction close to the coast needs to be rethought, because we can see how that is advancing, and in the medium to long term something will have to be done about it. And these are today's headlines. The Ice Club is preparing to reopen its doors. New operation against illegal street vending. Cudeca's Workathon returns. The tourism sector starts seeing its recovery. The weather forecast for the weekend will leave us with cloudy or overcast skies with occasional showers, more intense and frequent in the mountains. Precipitation will decrease around the afternoons, opening clearers at the end of the day. Minimum temperatures of about 11 degrees and maximum rising to 21. Winds from the west with strong intervals and occasionally very strong gusts, decreasing in the afternoon. And that's all. Thank you for watching us, and remember, you can stay updated on our website or social media profile on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night and enjoy the weekend.